Welcome to the History Game Show. This week's topic is the 1970s. Let's meet our contestants. All the way on the left, we have Cameron, our very own political specialist. Then in the middle, we have Kyle, a veteran from the Vietnam War. And lastly, we have Keely, a historical economics major at Harvard. So here are the rules. Each question is worth 1 to 3 points depending on how well you answer the question. Each person will get a chance to answer the question. First one to 11 points gets $14 billion. So here's the first question. What was the main reason for the Vietnam War? Cameron.
The reason why we went into the Vietnam War was because President Kennedy felt the war was necessary in order to support democratic nations in East Asia.
Kyle.
Kill off those gosh darn communists!
Keely.
The war affected the economy, giving people fuel shortages and sky-high prices.
So, although all answers were correct, I think Kyle is actually the closest to the correct answer. The reason for America's involvement in the Vietnam War was to contain the spread of communism, but the American people did not support this decision, and that created protests and riots, most notably the Kent State University shootings. Kyle gets 2 points, and each of you get 1 point. Next question. What was the effect of the Vietnam War on the American people? Cameron.
Much like what Adam just said, the American people began to lose trust in the government, as incidents such like the college shooting, Nixon's Watergate scandal, and the political choice to support a corrupt democratic regime became known to the American people.
Kyle.
We lost a lot of money because we spent a very large amount of money on more advanced weapons to kill off those communists, but it was all worth it to try and win that war.
Keely.
The effects on the American people included the great inflation caused the stock market to be a mess and started to crash with the prices increasing.
Great responses, everyone. I especially liked how Cameron talked about the American people losing trust in their government. Cam gets 3 points and you two get 2. Next question. Why did oil prices skyrocket? Cameron?
Oil prices skyrocketed because the Arab-Israeli war caused OPEC to stop giving us the U.S. oil due to our choice to help resupply Israel.
Kyle?
The oil prices skyrocketed because we need oil in order to stop communism in Vietnam because planes and tanks need oil to run.
Keely?
The oil prices skyrocketed because of the poor economy, which led to fuel shortages. It shot from $3 per barrel to $12 per barrel.
Good responses, everyone. That's why all highways in the 1970s have a speed limit of 55 miles per hour, because that's the speed at which most cars have the highest fuel efficiency. Now from a quick word from our sponsors.
Mr. Cow.
Yes?
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I don't know. I always end up biting. Ask Mr. Fox, for he's much cleverer than I.
Mr. Fox, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Why don't you ask Mr. Turtle, for he's been around a lot longer than I. Me, I bite.
Mr. Turtle, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I never made it without biting. Ask Mr. Owl, for he is the wisest of us all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a smart owl.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
Next question. What happened to Vietnam after the U.S. military was taken out of Vietnam? Cameron?
Political pressure forced Nixon to begin what he called Vietnamization, a policy in which troops were slowly removed from Vietnam.
Kyle?
The war ended because it was costing us too many American lives to keep fighting. American lives that we need.
Keely?
The war ended because of the crash, causing us not to have enough money.
Good responses, everyone. I think the war ended in Vietnam because the American people pressured Nixon into pulling out. Keeley gets 2 points and each of you get 1. It looks like it's all tied up at 7. So here's the tiebreaker round. I'll each individual a question. Kyle, what happened to Vietnam after the U.S. military was taken out of Vietnam?
After our military left Vietnam, the South Vietnamese tried to fight it out but couldn't stand against the North Vietnam like we could. So the South Vietnam fell to communism, and I'm surprised all the countries next to it didn't also.
Good job, Kyle. You get 3 points. The next question is for Keeley. What was blamed for the oil prices rising?
The great inflation was a huge part for why it was rising because the prices kept going up and up, causing people to not want anything to do with it.
Good job, Keeley. You also get 3 points. Next question is for Cameron. What was the Watergate scandal?
During the 1972 elections, a group of burglars were caught faking votes in favor of Nixon. While Nixon denied any involvement in the scandal, he eventually resigned due to this incident.
Good job, Cameron. You also get 3 points. We will announce today's winner after this short commercial break.
Hey, Rosie, I see you got one of those newfangled microwave ovens.
Yeah, and a newfangled Bounty to go with it.
A what?
New Bounty microwave.
What's that do?
Makes a difference you can taste. Rolls, pastries, sandwiches.
Yeah, how?
Improves the texture. Watch. I'll heat half of this sandwich wrapped in New Bounty microwave. The other half unwrapped. Let's see.
Okay. Oh, the unwrapped one got soggy.
Moisture collects underneath, but wrapping in Bounty microwave absorbs excess moisture.
This is better.
You see, it's the first paper towel made specially for microwaves.
No artificial colors, all natural fibers.
Very good. You can read. Now eat. No problem. It's the quicker picker-upper, too. 'Cause some things just never change. New Bounty microwave. Makes a difference you can taste.
Okay, looks like everyone's tied up at 10 points, which isn't 11 points, which means no one wins the $14 billion because we are out of time. See you next time on the History Game Show.